Okay, welcome to the latest UK Climate Resilience Programme webinar. It's a pleasure to have Simon Brown and Daniel Cotterill join us today, as well as Tom Butcher from the Met Office. So what we've got today is sorry, my name is Suraje Dessai. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm a Professor of Climate Change Adaptation at the University of Leeds and one of the UK Climate Resilience Champions. So I'll introduce the program very briefly. Many of you will have heard this before if you've come and watched our webinar series in the past. And then I'll hand over to Simon and Daniel to talk to us about statistical analysis and attribution of impact relevant climate extremes. And then afterwards we'll have a response from Butcher, who is in the business group of the Met Office, and then we'll have a Q&A and discussion as well. So do use the Q&A box to pose any questions at any time, and do use the upvote function to vote for your favorite questions. So we'll keep attendees muted unless we sort of have time to enable you to actually to pose the question. But do use the Q&A, please, and do use the chat function if you have some technical problems. We can try to deal with some of those. So as usual, the webinar is being recorded, and the audio and the video and the audio slides will be shared after the event. Feel free to tweet about the talks, and you can find more information about the program on the website. This is a almost £19 million research program that is funded through UKCR and also the Met Office. And one of the main aims of the program is to enhance UK's resilience to both climate variability and change by doing frontier interdisciplinary research in three main areas. One is climate risk, that we'll hear about today, one around climate adaptation, and then also around climate services. And the ambition is that this becomes useful and usable by stakeholders and end users in society. So one of the main parts of the program is very much focused on characterizing and quantifying climate-related risks, and today's webinar will tell us a lot about extremes in particular. But we have other parts of the program that are actually looking at how to manage climate-related risks through adaptation, and also the development of climate services. So how can you turn this climate information into usable services? It's worth just telling you about where we're at in the program. So we're sort of halfway through the program. So on this slide, you can see a variety of projects that are either finished or wrapping up. Some of them happened in universities through the UKCR funding, and then some of them are happening at the Met Office. And actually, the ones you'll hear about are very much on one of those bubbles on the right. At the same time, we have a variety of new projects that have just started recently, and I'll just put all of these up right now here. So some of them focused, for example, on development of new UK socioeconomic scenarios, but also others that are trying to improve climate change risk assessment capability, OpenClim, for example. And we'll announce very, very shortly some embedded researchers that we have just funded very, very recently. And it was very interesting to read in Simon's bio that he was an embedded researcher at the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. So he might tell us a bit more about that later if he wishes to in the Q&A. But I'll very quickly introduce Simon. So Simon joined the Met Office in 1996 and has been working in climate research since then, and in particular, more over the last few years, he's been particularly looking at extremes in climate and weather. So I think without further ado, I'll hand over to Simon to share his screen and take us through this double act. Simon will focus on heat waves, and Daniel more on intense rainfall and flooding. So Simon, over to you.